The Turtle Hospital at the Marine Science Center presents loggerhead sea turtles from egg to adult. So here at the Marine Science Center, we are able to care for sea turtles at any stage of their development, and we have had loggerhead sea turtles at every stage. So let's start at the beginning and we can learn a little bit about the logger sea turtles. So we're going to start at the beginning. In our gallery, you're able to see a model sea turtle nest. And in a sea turtle nest, a sea turtle lays about 100 eggs, give or take, and they hatch after 45 to 75 days, around 2 months, give or take. And when they hatch, their carapace, which is another word for shell, is about 2 inches long. So what happens is these little ones will hatch down in the nest, and after they're all hatched, they will emerge together. And when they emerge, they are called hatchlings. And at the Marine Science Center, we have had hatchlings as patients, and here are pictures of some of the hatchlings. So as you saw in the nest, that they do emerge at night, and these little ones go to the ocean, and they follow the light of the moon, which is why you have to have your lights off on the beach, is so the hatchlings do not mistakenly go towards parking lots or other lights, but the hatchlings actually go out to the ocean. Once they reach the ocean, they're going to swim 24 to 48 hours until they reach the Sargasso Sea, which is about 40 to 60 miles off of Florida's coast, and that's where they spend the first 5 years of their lives. But sometimes, for some reason, they don't make it out there, and they wind up here in our hospital. So these are the hatchling loggerhead sea turtles. The next stage that we get here at the Marine Science Center are the washback sea turtles. These are the young sea turtles that get washed back with the seaweed. So remember, the young ones are in the seaweed, and during the storms, they sometimes get washed back. So these have grown a little bit, so their carapace can be 2 to 5 inches in length. And when they arrive, they're often weak and dehydrated because they've been beaten up by the storm and they get washed back with all this seaweed. So if you were to happen to find a washback, do not put them back in the ocean because they're not able to make it back out to that seaweed bed. You can bring them to a lifeguard stand or to the Marine Science Center. So these are pictures of the washbacks that were in our hospital last year. You can see that they're a little bit bigger than the hatchlings. You can see their development is a little bit different than the hatchlings. So after the washbacks have been rehabilitated, they are taken by boat back out to the Sargasso Sea, where all that seaweed is, so that they can continue to grow and thrive. Now here we've also had a juvenile loggerhead sea turtle. This is a sea turtle that is between 1 and 10 years old, and average weight is between 2 and 60 pounds, and that is considered a juvenile. And they're usually found near the surface of deep ocean water, which is where that Sargasso seaweed is floating near the surface. So that's where they're generally found. Now here at the hospital, we had Tantomile, and this is a picture of him at his intake, and he was a juvenile. He was about 60 pounds when he arrived, and he had a boat strike wound on his head, and he was found floating in the water. His wound healed, and he was released. You can actually see the video of that was posted on July 14th. So that is a juvenile loggerhead that we have served here at the Marine Science Center Turtle Hospital. The next group is the subadult group of loggerheads. Now the subadults are 10 to 30 years old. They weigh somewhere 55 to 200 pounds, give or take, and they're often found near shore and around coral reefs. So at the hospital, we have also served a subadult, and this is Quantum, who is a subadult loggerhead sea turtle. And Quantum was 171 pounds when he arrived, and his left front flipper is partially missing, and his right front flipper had lacerations. And Quantum is currently still a patient here in our hospital. What the adults do is, these are the ones that are 30 to 60 years old. They are 260 pounds up to 300 pounds. These are the really large ones. And their pattern is to be in their migration route. So they will travel thousands of miles out to sea and then back around again. So that is what the adults do. And here we've also had a female adult loggerhead sea turtle. She weighed 268 pounds when she arrived. She was found on the beach disoriented, and she had leeches and leech eggs in her mouth, neck, cloaca, and she is currently still a patient here at the Turtle Hospital. So the adult females, what they will do is that once they reach maturity, around 30 years old or so, they're going to return to the beach where they hatched from to lay their own eggs. And here our cycle continues again from the beginning. The hatchlings emerge. And here at the Marine Science Center, we are equipped to take care of loggerhead and other sea turtles at every stage of their development.